Do you ever get to the end of your day where it's just you're so exhausted, you're so tired, and maybe you haven't exercised or moved your body in a way that you wanted to, and it's like, what am I going to do now? I'm so tired, I can't do any of this. I have a fully laying down stretch, 3 different moves for you today that are incredible that you can do in just a few minutes that will absolutely help your body feel much better after a long, busy day. And yes, it still does count as movement. All right, so let's hop back to the mat. And I want you to definitely stay from the last one is my favorite that you can do if you only have time to do one. All right, so I'm gonna start with what's called a scorpion. So I'm gonna put my right arm, as if I'm laying on a clock, my arm is out to 3 o'clock. My left hand plants down on the mat, and then I'm going to push with that left hand and roll my body into my arm. And then I'm taking my left leg up and over and placing that left foot down so it's planted. And then I typically will just rest my head down on the mat. If that's not comfortable for you, you can use a towel. You could use a rolled up t-shirt, rolled up towel, a little pillow, whatever works for you. So in this stretch, you should be feeling a nice stretch across your right chest wall, your right bicep, as well as getting that rotation in, and then feeling a little bit in the left front hip area, in your hip flexor. To intensify that, you can think about squeezing your bum a little bit and like think about pushing your hips forward. That'll intensify that hip flexor stretch a little bit. And you want to just do your nice deep breaths here. Think about sending your breath to the area. The 360 breathing, I will link the video below, but you want to do those big breaths in, expand your ribs in all directions, forward, sideways, and back. Think about your pelvic floor relaxing, and then on the exhale, your pelvic floor comes up and in, contracting, your ribs knit back together, and your abs are tightened like a corset around your belly. So just think about that as you're breathing, really relax into the stretch. So I'm Dr. Sarah. I'm a family physician, a wife, a mom of 5 that are currently 8 and under, and a movement coach. And so I coach busy moms, especially physician moms, to create passion for movement as a way to feel stronger, more vibrant, more confident, more energized, and inspire their families to do the same. So definitely subscribe here if you're looking for videos that are doable, judgment-free type movement, not intimidating, that fit into a busy mom life. Okay, so now I'm gonna be off my mat a tiny bit, but so now I'm extending my left arm out to 9 o'clock if I was laying on a clock. I'm gonna plant my right hand and then push back. So same thing, just the other side. So just in case you missed it, that this one can be tricky if you've never done it before. So again, left arm out, right hand plants, roll that body to the left. The top leg is up and over, and then plant that foot. And again, head can be a little awkward, that's okay. I usually rest mine down. I've been doing this stretch for a while, so that feels okay for me. If that does not feel okay for you, that's okay. You can use a little pillow, you can roll up a towel, you can use a t-shirt to maybe put here. And really just breathe into the stretch. Stretching is a wonderful way to reconnect with your body, especially when you're tired. I like to think of it as like giving your body a nice big hug, especially when you're doing it at the end of the day. It's wonderful to do as a movement practice right before bed because it can really help your body sort of calm down your nervous system and really connect not only physically but also mentally with how you're feeling. It's just a nice way to end your day. And then I also think in the morning after you sleep, stretching is a great way to like get your body moving for the day. So many benefits. And sometimes I'm going to just get onto my back now. Sometimes I think it's very underrated, and sometimes I think there's a little bit of like it doesn't count as movement. That is so wrong. Like, yes, you want to do a variety of different movement practices, but stretching absolutely counts, and it's so important for recovery. Okay, so now I'm laying flat on my back. I'm thinking about having a neutral spine, so I'm not arched, I'm not all the way tucked, I'm just sort of neutral. I'm going to extend my left leg flat. I'm going to take my right knee and just grab it and gently pull it into my chest. And I usually will do, let's do a few breaths here, 360 breaths. Again, I will link below. I will also link, I have like a bedtime, I think I called it a bedtime stretch. I will link that one as well. But this, I was thinking about this the other day, where at the end of the day, sometimes you're just so exhausted. It's like, no, I'm not going to do the sitting, standing, kneeling. I don't even have the energy to change positions. I just want to roll over on the floor, roll around on the floor, stretch, and then slither into my bed and go to sleep. Okay, so after that feels good, you're going to take your left hand on the outside of the right knee and just rotate over. And then extend the right arm out straight. I'm kind of running out of space here, but so this knee is, maybe it's on the floor, maybe it's not. There's no judgment about that. It just, everybody's flexibility is different. And then again, that right hand is straight. Now you should be looking over that shoulder. And this is another sort of full body-ish stretch where you're getting a glute stretch. So in that right bum area, you're getting a nice chest opener. Again, a little bit of a different angle, a different feel. And this one is a great rotation in the low back as well. I find this stretch is really nice to just open up the low back. So big breath in, expand your ribs in all directions, forward, sides, and back. Pelvic floor is relaxed, and then on a nice slow exhale, it's audible like you're blowing out hundreds of birthday candles. Pelvic floor is up and in, ribs knit back together, they come back in, and your abs, your deep core is tight like a corset, almost as if you're being wrapped in monkey tape. So we'll do one more breath here. So big inhale, exhale, really think about breathing into that low back, the right glute, the right chest, sending the breath to all those muscles that are being lengthened. And then gently roll back to center, and then we're gonna do the other side. And how long you hold these stretches, so now I'm pulling my left knee into my chest, how long you hold these stretches really depends on your body. You know, of course, you can follow along with me. I, in general, am not super exact. I sort of do it based on how my body feels. If you're doing things that are sided or, you know, bilateral, meaning both sides, you definitely want to try to keep that equal. In general, you don't want to hold like one side for 10 seconds and the other side for 2 minutes. You want to kind of keep it about the same. But in terms of your flexibility and mobility and how much stiffness you have, you know, 30 seconds may be enough. Maybe you need 2-3 minutes. It just really depends. And obviously it also depends on how much time you have available. So I'm gonna, now I'm taking my right palm on the outside of the left knee and rotating this way. And now I have my left arm out straight and I'm looking over that left shoulder. So sometimes I have heard people say, well, stretching doesn't count. A few minutes a day doesn't count. It's not gonna make any changes, so I'm just gonna do nothing. And I would argue 1 minute is always better than zero. Moving your body even a little bit is better than not moving it at all. And I think over time with consistency, it adds up, right? So if you do a minute every day, at the end of the week, you've done 7 minutes. And at the end of 2 weeks, you've done 14 minutes. So maybe day to day, it doesn't feel like a lot, but it does add up. And it is effective because moving your body even a little bit is better than moving it not at all. So if that thinking of 1 minute a day counts allows you to get started, that's incredible. And that's
really what I focus on with my clients. I've talked to many, many, many patients about that. I've done it with myself, where setting that bar almost silly low, like it almost feels silly, where you know you can achieve it, but then you show up, you identify as a person that moves their body, and over time you can expand it. It doesn't mean you're going to do 1 minute a day forever. You can expand it over time, but it's about getting started and showing up consistently. And that's where you really start to see benefits, both physical health wise, mental health wise, all of that. Okay, so now I'm coming back to center, so we're going to do one more. So this is my absolute favorite. If I only have time to do one thing, this is what I will do. And so not quite laying, but once you get into the position, you can really relax. So this is a child's pose. I like to have my knees really far apart. So I put them about at the edge of the mat. You play around with what works for you. You don't have to do it exactly like I do. Feel empowered and comfortable with playing around with it and seeing what feels good. So my bum is on my heels, my knees are wide, and then I just walk my hands out on the mat. And you can rest your head down on the mat if that feels comfortable. And if you are not in a place where you can have your head down, or everything is just feeling a little tight, that's okay. Do what works for you. If you want to be up on your elbows like this, that's incredible. Maybe you're up here because of your hip tightness. Also okay. It all still counts. It's about showing up, and over time, you inch it forward, forward, forward. So with this stretch, again, doing your deep breathing, I'm feeling a stretch in my low back, in my glutes, in my hips, in my lats, which is like this area of your sides, and then also in my arms. And you can kind of move around a little bit. You can rotate your torso. I don't want you to feel like when you're doing either my videos or any other workout videos that if you're not doing it exactly according to what they say, that you're failing. Now, of course, you want to make sure safety-wise you're following instructions for form and that sort of thing, but it's also okay to maybe adjust a tiny bit. And nothing should ever be painful. If anything is ever painful ever, no matter what type of movement you're doing, you want to stop. Sometimes stretching can feel a little uncomfortable, but it should never be painful. And I'm just going to add in a little bit of a rotation here. So I'm taking my left hand and sort of crawling it on the outside of the right side of my mat. So this just adds in a bit of intensity down that left side of your body. Like right now, just with doing that, I don't know, maybe 6 inches of rotation, I'm feeling it literally from like my waistband on the left all the way up the side of my body to like just above my elbow. So just with doing that little bit of movement or a little bit of rotation, you can really intensify it. I'm gonna go to the other side. And I love a child's pose. I love doing this. I think it can be, initially, it takes some time to get used to, but I find that it can be an incredibly relaxing position. Sometimes when my kids get out of control, maybe there's like a lot of tantrums, a lot of high emotions, maybe we're tired, whatever it is. Sometimes just getting into a child's pose is like serene. It's peaceful. It can help reset your brain and reset your body in a way that allows you to then show up in the way that you want to. So I will use a child's pose for all kinds of things, but honestly, I think the mental health benefits of it are incredible. So those are 3 stretches you can do that are mostly laying, super exhausted, no matter how sort of tired you're feeling. I think they're like a hug for your body. So we went through Scorpion, which was that rotation over. We did the knee to your chest and then rotate side to side, and then we did a child's pose with the reach. So I
I know that this was definitely helpful for your body. Like I said, subscribe for more videos that are all about doable, non-judgmental, non-intimidating, simple movement that you can do that fits into a mom life that can be really effective. And if you are a physician mom that's watching and maybe you're in a space where you really want to get moving, but thinking about exercise and how to fit it in and what to do, it all just feels really overwhelming. Maybe you have a lot of aches and pains that you're not sure what to do about, or it's just in this really difficult space of navigating all the different roles that you have, and how am I going to do this? I am definitely the movement coach for you. I have helped my clients get to a place where they are showing up to their lives in a way that they feel confident, they feel stronger, they maybe have less aches and pains with getting up and down off the floor with their kids. They're able to feel more present, and this is all with moving their bodies just a few minutes a day to start. So definitely, if any of that is sounding like a transformation that you're looking for, definitely click in the description box, sign up for my 30-minute free movement consult. We can talk more about what that transformation looks like and what one-on-one coaching looks like, because I know this is something that I would have loved to have when I was postpartum with my first, and I want that for you. I want you to enjoy the life that you have and be present for it, while also moving your body in a way that nourishes you, that strengthens you, and that brings you confidence and energy. Imagine if in a few minutes a day that is possible, where you can have that transformation, and it doesn't have to be 45 minutes, super sweaty, sports bra, joining a gym, like all of that. It can be stuff that you do at home, simple, a few minutes. Definitely subscribe for more. Don't forget to sign up for that consult. All right, bye everyone.